Now, on Go Fund Yourself.
We're coming on Go Fund Yourself because I want to get advice from the Titans, and ultimately, hey, we're here to raise some money. We want to be the kings of blind tastings. Well, hello, Titans. My name is Bobby DeMars. I am the founder and CEO of Blind Barrels. My backdrop, I was a college athlete. Athletes, you know, a lot of people know that, look, we're hard workers and we don't like to lose, and I'd say that's true for our company.
Why are you pointing at Marshall?
You know, I played college ball too. So
Hey,
like we all did.
Hey,
Did you play 12 seasons
Hey.
and 7-time Pro Bowl?
here you go.
Yeah, right?
No.
Just talk up, talk up.
You got 12,000 yards? I don't know.
By the way, I don't know you, but I would bet that you and him are not on the same level of playing football.
No, I did not play in the league, but I was on the starting defense with Troy Polamalu at USC. So Pete Carroll's first year was
That's
my
what's up.
last year
All
there.
right.
I was actually the first player to get into the film school there. I was in the business college program, so got up at 5, got home at midnight, did that for 5 years. So everything else after that has been somewhat easy by comparison.
Good.
And I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I'm the son of an inventor, the most prolific individual inventor of the last 20 years, over 200 patents, not tied to a corporation. So I grew up around a risk taker my whole life. I knew what it took. I knew the stomach lining. I knew what that 4 a.m. anxiety that just hits you with those problems that you can't solve. I knew what I was signing up for. I've had a successful education company. I made a documentary that took on the NCAA. 5 minutes of my film played at the state Senate hearings and for the Supreme Court. So I got to play a pivotal role in giving a voice to the voiceless and really stand up for the underdog. And Blind Barrels is doing the same thing. So
Nice segue.
Very good.
in 2020, when COVID hit, we were all, look, the productions were shut down, test prep was shut down. You know, you can only do so many accent walls and bidets, right? My buddy was doing blind tastings with whiskey, and I'd done it with wine. I'd never done it with whiskey before, and I fell in love with it. I never realized how nuanced and interesting. I was a drinker. I wasn't a taster. There's a mindful component to it. There's an education element. Removing bias. Let your taste buds tell you what it is. Most people are looking at a label. They're looking at a price point. And I called my buddy in the middle of the night. I said, this feels like a business. And he went, yeah, okay. And I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. Nobody's ever done this. Nobody's ever done a double-blind experience as a product or as a subscription. So it took me a week to raise the initial money. We then used all 2021 to get our branding, get our packaging. You know, this is custom packaging. Go ahead and I brought some kits for you guys, and you'll see. You know, we got gold leaf, we got soft touch. There's a magnet with a ribbon pull. There's color litho on the inside. It's painted up. Okay, this is small American craft distilleries that often only exist in their native state. Some of the best whiskey is whiskey you haven't tried. There's 3,000 distilleries across the country, and they're limited by distribution. So they're rock stars in 50 miles, and then nobody else knows about them. And we don't choose
I
brands.
have a question.
Yep.
I've got ADD. So.
Yeah, no, bring it. Hey, I'm with you.
I figured you
That's
did.
my superpower.
So we don't scan and cheat yet. It looks like you can scan and you can see what this is.
Oh, yeah. No, well, it's not blind. What's the fun if we never tell you what it is?
Right. But
Oh, it's blind. What do you mean? Sorry.
are you guys making the whiskey and then you're picking
no.
the flavor?
No.
So you're using other people's whiskeys and you're sending them out and saying, hey, have fun doing this taste.
Yep.
And you're going to end up buying one of these. What do
we've
you
got-
do if they don't like any of them? You just, it's a loss?
It's pretty rare that happens because look, we call them bangers. Sometimes we've got one that it's if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm just
There's
saying.
a lot wrong with us.
Listen, Lasky, right now we've grown at about 20% every quarter since we launched. We started with 200 members. By the end of the year, we're gonna have more than 2,500.
Do they pay a membership fee? This is how it works? Or
We're a membership. We do one-off kits. So if you don't want to be a membership, we do one-off kits. We do a lot of corporate tastings, right? You know, people stay with us. The average churn rate for this industry is 10 to 12%. We're 3.7. Okay. Now that has everything to do with why we've been able to scale up. Now we're raising money right now, not because we need it for what we're doing. We're crushing it. We're fine. We have 9 months of runway. We don't have any debt. You know, our customer acquisition costs, our lifetime value ratio to customer acquisition costs, healthy is 4 to 1. We're 8 to 1. Okay. We're in great shape. Why we're raising money right now is we're going to get into tequila. We have a model for beer and wine as well, and give these craft brands a chance that they deserve. That distribution has prevented them from happening. But what we're going to do is we're going to create 2 more models with Blind Barrels. Beyond tequila and maybe even beer and wine. Okay, we're going to keep in the subscription model. We're going to keep growing in that, but we are going to do a hotel model. So we now have a prototype where we're going to have a smaller version of that box. We're in talks with several different big hotel properties.
Super smart.
And this is a great item in the hotel room to give them an experience. But I've spent the last year creating code. And what's going to happen is the reveal page, you're going to be able to guess the age, the proof, and the type of whiskey. And you're going to get a score that tells you how good your palate is. There's going to be a score system. It's going to be shareable. We're going to be able to challenge consumers. We're going to get engagement. But we're also going to get data. And we're going to know what your flavor profile is. So not only can we sell you other things in our fulfillment partner store, but we're going to be able to have marketing data for brands that want to know what states they want to expand into and who's really liking their whiskey. And it's going to be a big part of increasing our company's value in the long run. And our members, we're going to get data through that, and we're going to get data through the hotel model for that as well. But the restaurant model is going to become 90% of our company.
I can see that.
This won't be in restaurants, but we are going to orchestrate blind tastings. You know, they're not getting the foot traffic anymore. We are right now in 44 states with our subscription model, and we're coming up with a new way to actually be able to get anywhere in the country. We're just getting through some legal stuff in order to make that transition. But we've spent all this time making these great relationships with these American distillers, and now we get to put our arms around them again in a bigger way. So yes, we're going to continue in the subscription model, but we want to be the kings of blind tastings.
Love it.
Sample C and D in your kit is pretty strong.
So which one you going with?
I'm going with the D.
You better be careful. It's a hard D.
It's a
It's a hard D.
It is hard, but it is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is good.
Awesome. It's very good.
no D for me, but the other one was good.
He's an A man.
There you go. I do know that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. There you go.
Well, I had a great time. I don't know about you guys. Big fan of that guy.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Another good jockey.
Great sense of humor. He did a great job at explaining it. What I really love is when he was talking about the middle class component, highlighting small distilleries, getting the name out.
I thought it was great. And the same way that we all had fun doing this, that's what people at home that buy this and subscribe to this.
have fun.
They're gonna have the same thing. You could just see it, right?
Oh, no doubt.
I think, and if I attended someone's party and they had this going on, I will become a subscriber. And I think that's what's gonna make this thing fly.
You know when he said that they don't need the money. I want the money. Like, he doesn't need it. They're profitable. But he wants it in order to expand and go into the other things, which is so smart.
This is a strong business model,
It's a great
and
business
it can take it a bunch of different directions because of the community that's buying from him, but also the community will sell for him.
Yep.
But I thought it was one of the strongest models, and
Yeah.
of course a great jockey with a great whiskey voice.
I cheated, by the way, but I won't share the information.
I'm like, how much whiskey have we had? The podium's clear. What's happening?
This is Go Fund Yourself.